It's time to revisit Contenders and Pretenders now that we are midway through November, entering week 12 of the NFL season. God, flies by, doesn't it? This is for Verts. My name is Harrison Graham. You take a look at the NFC playoff picture here. The Eagles, Rams, Bears, and Bucks are your current division leaders, with the Seahawks, Packers, and 49ers as the three wildcard teams. And then you got the Lions, Panthers, and Cowboys and Vikings on the outside looking in. In the AFC, you got Denver, New England, Indianapolis, and Pittsburgh as your current division leaders. Buffalo, the LA Chargers, and Jacksonville as the wild card teams, with Houston, Kansas City, and Baltimore lurking there at 5-5. So if you didn't join us the last time we played this game, these are the four categories that we are going to place teams that I deem still alive in the playoff mix. Major contender means you have a real shot at winning a Super Bowl. Soft contender, you can win a playoff game, maybe even multiple. Championship game type of contender, I don't see you winning the whole thing, though. Soft pretender, a team that could win a playoff game if they get the right matchup, certainly could make the playoffs, but not a lock for the playoffs. And winning one playoff game is probably the best case scenario. Major pretender is maybe you sneak into the playoffs, but I'd be shocked if you won a playoff game, or I don't even think you'll make the playoffs at the end of the day. So those are kind of some definitions of each of those categories as defined right there. Okay, if you're excited for the playoffs, we'll be there in a couple of months. Hit that like button on today's show. Let's get 500 likes on today's video. We would greatly, greatly appreciate it. We'll start in the AFC. Broncos, I'm going to go soft contenders. Listen, their defense is as good as it gets. They might set the sacks record this year. What Vance Joseph has done with that group is really impressive. I don't love the fact that J.K. Dobbins suffered what's likely a season-ending injury. And look, Bo Nix is very hit and miss. I think it's hard to put a team in the major contender category if you don't trust the quarterback. Now, last week's version of Bo Nix against the Chiefs, if he just plays like that, manages the game, makes a couple big plays, doesn't turn it over, that's good enough for Denver to make a run to the conference championship, maybe even to the Super Bowl. But if you get the Raiders version, you could lose to like a 6 seed in the first round, a 7 seed in the postseason. So soft contenders for now. Very good team. I could see a run to like the conference championship, but unless Bo Nix stacks some consistent performances here, I can't elevate them beyond that for now. I also have the Patriots in soft contenders. They're kind of the opposite of Denver in the sense of I do think Drake May is capable of winning multiple playoff games and being the reason why New England wins. The defense has been a little hit and miss, and they just have not had a hard schedule. Now, they beat Buffalo on the road. Nice win. They beat Tampa last week, but they're really beat up. I want to see them a little more battle-tested the rest of the way. I worry about New England that they're going to go like 13-4, having kind of cruise through their schedule, and then second-year quarterback, first playoff start, a lot of pressure is like in like a 3-6 game, a 2-7 game, and what if like the Chiefs sneak in, right? And you're playing Patrick Mahomes and company. That could be a tough spot for this Patriots team. So soft contenders could get to major contender status, but for now I have them as soft contenders. The Indianapolis Colts, I'm going to go soft pretenders. Daniel Jones, the turnovers are starting to pile up. He has not played nearly as well the last couple of weeks. Obviously, Jonathan Taylor is awesome. As the weather turns, you can lean on that run game, but Daniel Jones at some point is going to have to step up and play really well for them to win a big game in the postseason. They feel like a team that could win a playoff game, but I don't know if I could pick them winning multiple. Their defense is kind of average. We'll see if the Sauce Gardner trade pays off for them. They need to force Buckner to be healthy. So soft pretender for now. They're going to be a playoff team, obviously, given their record to start the year, but it wouldn't shock me if they lost in the first round or in the divisional. Okay, Steelers, major pretenders for me. Baltimore has already cut the division lead to 1. Now, I will say this for Pittsburgh. Their defense has played better, but Aaron Rodgers has a banged-up wrist now. He has a jammed, I think, thumb or index finger on his throwing hand. He has not played as well the last few weeks. How does his body hold up as it gets cold? There's going to be some cold games in Baltimore, Pittsburgh, down the stretch. You get into the playoffs, those are going to be cold games as well. He's 41 years old. I don't love that. This kind of just feels like the Pittsburgh we've seen for years, right? They'll probably sneak into the playoffs, but I would not bet on them to win a playoff game. So major pretenders for me. I'm not buying what they're selling. Okay, the Buffalo Bills, major contenders. When you have Josh Allen, you have a chance to win every game. And if you have a chance to win every game, to me, you're a major contender. Their defense is kind of average. The pieces around him are kind of average, but James Cook's really good. They should be able to run the ball in the postseason with that offensive line. Josh Allen is a willing runner as well. So I like that formula offensively. Can the defense make enough stops? That'll be the key. But with Josh Allen, you always got a shot. So major contender. Chargers, soft pretenders. Injuries have just really hurt this team. I mean, you're dealing with no Rashawn Slater, no Joe Alt. Justin Herbert's play has suffered because of it. Even the defense has been slipping a little bit. I could see them getting in and winning a playoff game. I just don't think they have the horses. I think they have too many key guys out that you need to go on a deep playoff run. So I just don't see it for this Chargers team. I'm a big Jim Harbaugh guy. I think they'll make the playoffs, but I don't know how far they can actually go. Jaguars, major pretenders. Now, they're likely going to make the postseason because they have the Titans twice and the Jets still on their schedule. That alone, if they win those games, gets them to 9 wins. They have Arizona this week. If they can win that game, that could get them to 10. So if they just win the games they're supposed to, they'll likely make the playoffs. They do have the tiebreaker over Kansas City, but the turnovers have slowed down a bit on defense when they're not taking the ball away. Their defense is pretty average. Trevor Lawrence is, again, pretty average. They're a solid running team, but nothing they do like blows me away, right? And so I just don't think they're a team that really has the ingredients to win multiple playoff games or even just one. Okay, teams on the outside looking in. Soft pretenders for the Texans. And obviously, this is if they were to make the playoffs, right? Uh, Houston has a playoff caliber defense. Like they could win a game, kind of like last year against the Chargers, because their defense is awesome. But that's probably about as far as they can go. Their offense is still a mess. They can't run the football. The O line stinks. Stroud's missed several games now with a concussion. He's not playing tonight. What does he look like when he comes back? So I think their defense could win them a playoff game, but that's probably about as far as they could go if they were to get in. Chiefs and Ravens, major contenders. If they just get in, both have solid defenses, even if they're not at quite as good as normal. And you get Mahomes, you get Lamar into the playoffs, you got a shot. Especially Mahomes and the Chiefs. If they just get in, not many people are going to be betting against them now. Uphill battle, especially for Kansas City at 5-5. Not so much for Baltimore at 5-5 because they're only a game back in their own division. For Kansas City, it's going to have to be the wild card route, and they do not have the tiebreaker over Jacksonville. So they might have to look at the Chargers as the team they overtake. They do play them again down the stretch. Who is the best team currently in the AFC? If you had to pick one team right now, not even currently, like who are you rocking with out of the AFC? Who would you pick? It's a tough call because, I was still very, very high on the Chiefs coming into this year, and I still think they could make a run if they got in, but that's a tough hill to climb at this point. Would I just roll with Buffalo? I guess I don't love that team either. It feels wide open right now. The teams at the top you can't fully trust, so it's going to be very, very interesting. All right, we'll take a look at the NFC coming up here in just a moment, but we are sponsored by Turtle Beach, the number one brand in gaming headsets and accessories. It was the night before Christmas, and under the tree, a gift was waiting, one that would change every game from then on. Remember that feeling to unwrap your very first headset, that joy, the thrill of plugging it in and stepping into a whole new world? Give that same experience all over again. The Turtle Beach Gen 3 Stealth 700 headset. This is more than just a gift. It's the ultimate throwback to those holiday mornings spent from gaming from dawn to dusk. But this time, it's better. No more tiny mics or muffled sound, just crystal clear audio, immersive surround sound, and an insane 80-hour battery life that keeps the fun going long after the Christmas lights come down. I've personally used Turtle Beach's headsets and other accessories for years when I play video games, whether it's a sports game and feeling like you're in the stadium or games like Call of Duty or Fortnite. You know exactly where your opponents are. I'm ahead of the curve thanks to Turtle Beach. Get the ultimate immersive gaming experience with Turtle Beach today for a limited time only. Go to turtlebeach.com, use our code CHAT for 10% off your entire order. That's 10% off at turtlebeach.com with our promo code CHAT. Don't delay. Get the perfect gift now. Happy holidays from Turtle Beach. All right, the Philadelphia Eagles kick things off, the number one seed currently in the NFC. Major contenders. I thought about putting soft contenders, but their defense is elite, and the bottom line is they find ways to win games. I think I saw a stat the other day. When Jalen Hurts starts, he's 51-14 in his last 65 games. It's not always pretty. There always is drama in Philadelphia, but Jalen Phillips has really helped that defense out. They still have horses offensively. They got some offensive line issues right now. If they're healthy, though, going into the playoffs, you would think eventually that run game gets going with Saquon Barkley, and if Jalen can just take care of the ball and hit a couple big plays a game with A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith, they're going to be a tough out. Okay, I also have the Rams as major contenders. They were the closest team to beating the Eagles last year. Remember that snow game in Philadelphia? The Rams are driving to win that game late before the Eagles got a big fourth down stop. Their offense is complete, led by Matthew Stafford. Good offensive line, good run game. Kyron Williams isn't fumbling. He's a good back. Two really good receivers in Devontae Adams and Puka Nacua. They've been running a lot of 13 personnel, 3 tight end sets. It's kind of like the new wave. It feels like that's going to take over the league moving forward. They found a lot of success with that. Their secondary is average, but that's really the only position group on their team where you're like, wow, I love this team. Like front seven, excellent. Entire offense, awesome. Coaching, great with Sean McVay and Chris Shula. They're in a really, really good spot. Okay, the Chicago Bears. I'll go soft pretenders. I think they could win a playoff game. They get the right matchup. I think they could win a playoff game, but still a lot of loose ends that need cleaning up. Some untimely penalties, although that's been cleaned up. They've had some drop issues recently. Caleb Williams is coming along, but there are still some untimely misses from him as well. They're just not quite firing on all cylinders, but I'm curious to see what it looks like the next several weeks because they could prove themselves to be at least a soft contender moving forward, starting with Pittsburgh this week if you win that game. Then you go to Philadelphia. You got the Packers twice, the Lions at San Francisco. You win enough of those games, you're at least somewhat of a contender. But until that happens, I have them in the soft pretender category for now. Could see them winning a playoff game. That's probably where I would cap them currently. But I think they're one of 4 or 5 teams where their variance is pretty high on how good or not so good they could be. Okay, subscribe to the channel. We have daily NFL content all year long. We're bringing you the latest news and rumors around the league. Segments like this. We also cover college football. We had all the trade deadline coverage as well. Playoffs just around the corner. Going to be fun. Hit that subscribe button. Turn on notifications. Do not miss out. Okay, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'll go soft contenders. I really like Tampa coming into this year, but they've been hammered with injuries as well. Offensive linemen in and out. At receiver, they've never had that full group healthy at the same time. Mike Evans is sidelined. Godwin took a while to get on the field. He doesn't look quite the same. Igbuka's been good, but he's been banged up too. Bucky Irving hasn't played in like 6 weeks. So that offense has a ton of talent, but we haven't seen it all together at once. Even Baker feels like he's kind of banged up playing through it. He hasn't been as good recently. And their defense is just kind of spotty. I thought it would be better this year, and I think it's a little better than last year, but not much. Soft contenders, if they get healthy on offense, I think they can score with anybody. I don't know if their defense is good enough to be a major contender. Seattle, soft contenders, they have everything. Their interior offensive line dealing with some injuries right now. That's a little concerning. Why? Because Sam Darnold versus interior pressure, that's when he can make mistakes. We saw it last week against the Rams. Defense is awesome. They have good weapons. JSN might be the best receiver in football this year. They can run the football good enough. Sam Darnold has been good. How's he going to play in big games and just under pressure, right? At times, he tends to force the football and make bad decisions. So that's the thing to watch. But if he just cleans some of that up, they've got enough around him. Like, they don't need him to be a superhero. They can win games 20-17. You just can't give the ball four times away like he did last week. So if he just plays cleaner football, they generate enough explosives. The defense is something they can lean. Okay, Packers, soft contenders as well. They're kind of on that soft contender, soft pretender border for me. Just because Jordan Love is kind of just he's like a better Bo Nix, where like his good is really good, his bad is really bad, but the high end is good. Josh Jacobs is banged up. That's not great for Green Bay. Tucker Kraft, that's a big loss. So can their offense get going enough? We'll see. But their defense is elite. This is the best defense the Packers have had, and I couldn't even tell you how long. Like maybe like the early Rodgers years when they always had, the BJ Raji's of the world and those guys running around. It's been a while. So we'll see. But ultimately, their ceiling is going to come down to Jordan Love. Okay, 49ers, soft pretenders. I think you could argue what Kyle Shanahan and Robert Saleh have done this year has been just incredible with the amount of injuries they have. The fact that they're 7-4 with Brock Purdy playing less than half of the season up to this point. Mac Jones playing at a very good level when he was in there. Basically, no players left on defense. I mean, they have lost Nick Bosa, Bryce. They've lost everybody. Fred Warner's out for the year. They have a couple guys in the secondary still playing, but you can't win multiple playoff games, I don't think, with that many blue chip players out. Like it's not a feasible formula. Michael Williams, their rookie first round pick. So look, they're proven, they're battle tested. I think they could win a playoff game, but they're probably going to have to go on the road. Are they going to win multiple? I just think that's a tall order. All right, NFC outside looking in. Detroit, soft contender. I do think if they're in the playoffs, they could make some noise. I can't put them quite at major contender, though, because that offense, Dan Campbell taking over play calling, it's good, but it hasn't been as good as we're used to. They clearly miss Ben Johnson. Panthers, major pretender. I'm just not buying. I think they have a shot to make the playoffs, but I don't take them seriously. Cowboys, if they were to get in, I actually think they could be a soft contender. Now, I don't think they're going to get in, but here's why. Quentin Williams showed already he can wreck a game. Overshown is healthy now. Like, if you give Matt Eberflus pieces, it's not going to be an exotic defense, but it's kind of a do your job defense. Well, now they have some guys that can just do that. Just win your one-on-ones in your front four. Overshown can kind of be rangy at linebacker. So I don't expect them to make the playoffs, but if they beat Philadelphia this week, let's keep an eye on Dallas. And then Minnesota, I just think the rest of the way, it's like, how do we just fix JJ McCarthy mechanically? Like, that's really all that matters. I think last week losing to Chicago, that all but ended their playoff chances. They have a really good roster, but I don't think you can win a playoff game with this version of JJ McCarthy. All right, who is the best team in the NFC? Let us know in the comment section below. I think I would go Rams right now. They feel the most complete to me. They have the formula, the coaching, the quarterback, the pass rush. Secondary is not the best, but they have a good pass rush that makes up for it, and weapons galore. To me, I would go with the Rams. What say you? Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We will continue to bring you guys daily content here on 4 Verts. My name is Harrison Graham. We'll see you guys soon.